Our next and final story is on Lamar Odom, who sent a message to Wendy Williams after she shares her conflicted feelings about his tell-all. Wendy says she didn't learn anything new, but she knew because she knew most of the tea before he spilled. She also said she'd rather talk about Lamar in Hot Topics than interview him on the show, so she could keep it real with her audience. She says, quote, "I love him so much that I couldn't do him dirty." I mean, you need to watch Wendy, how she analyzed this, and maybe understand where she's coming from. But at the same time, I loved Lamar's response to her. He wasn't coming from any place of hate or anger or anything. I think he used that opportunity to also drop that we're going to get a second book very soon. And from what Wendy was saying, she also complained about the PR for the book. She feels like they're not doing enough, that the book is supposed to be #1 seller right now, you know. And I mean, she said so many things. She even touched on the fact that there are so many racial comments in the book. I don't know why it's not, the media people are not spinning that angle yet, but Wendy talked about how he said he could never love a black woman the way he loved Tari P. Henson. That's one. And there is another one too. Okay, I can't remember that one. Maybe meaning there's a certain type of way to love black women. I don't know.
It's just saying that you could never love, considering the fact that I got married to a white or mixed, is that what I should call her? So like you could never love another black woman the way.
Once you say black, it's racial, Ife.
Oh, okay.
It's a color thing. Does it, because it's racial?
It's black. It's coming from a black man. That's why I don't see
it
it as
doesn't
racial.
matter. Black men can say things that come out as racial.
I'm black. We're black.
So. Okay. You don't see black people with complexes. You don't see that. You don't see people who speak bad on black people being black. You even see in the black community, one of the biggest enemies to the black community are the blacks. We pull ourselves down the most.
We see that with xenophobia in South Africa and all of that.
So what are you saying?
I'm not.
Okay, maybe we should just come back to the topic. Let's talk about what Wendy said and how he responded. What do you have to say to that?
I mean, he's been on this, like, very, I don't know, Cinderella vibes. Like, everything is so peaceful, and I'm so nice, and, like, I'm so respectful to everyone. And I like that. It's not a bad thing. I just hope it's not phony, because he's so, like, it starts to feel a bit, like, PR-ish if your responses all the time are overly, excessively positive. Well, like, we love you so much. That's what I'm saying. Maybe.
Okay, I remember the other parts. I don't know if you follow Keeping Up with the Kardashians, even if it's just a tiny little bit.
I mean, I see them on social media.
So there was a time where they brought a white guy, to become Lamar's best friend on the show. Now, what was projected on the show was that Lamar was best friends with this guy. Nobody asked questions. But then he spills in the memoir to say that he didn't even know the guy from anywhere. They just felt like they needed him to have a white guy as his best friend.
Why?
So that he could be more acceptable on the show, and that his black friends and even his best friend was not cool with that. So, I mean, so many teas were spilled, and Wendy broke it down, you know. So, yeah. You think that is not racial too?
No, I rest my case on this racial.
It is definitely racial. You see, everybody wants to sometimes either not face that it's racial and act like they're colorblind. But the truth is that your color is important, and it means something in this society. And there's no way you can deny that there isn't racial bias in America. So of course they would want to, let's say, to reduce his blackness. You see that a lot on TV. They'll tell you don't talk that way. Wasn't it the story that broke out on Tiffany Haddish that she secretly left her phone in the audition room? And the first thing that came out was racial slurs, like, oh, she's not as urban as I thought. She's actually a lot more ghetto. There's no way you can deny that when people see you, they see your color first and they judge that.